Half the class fails the midterm after cheaters hat made me. I don't have a problem helping classmates. I really don't. I even tutored several classmates during my final semester of undergrad because they needed the help. They all ended up passing their classes with my assistance. This story comes from a particularly tough business information systems class during my undergraduate education. The students in the class were mostly non-technical business majors, so this new material was at all similar to anything we learned in other classes. Needless to say, most of the students were struggling, including me. I started studying hard. I made my own Quizlet sets. I read the book every night. I finished assignments a week early, and I did outside research. After grinding it out in this class for about a month, I was working on an assignment in a room designated for quiet homework time, and that's where our story begins. Several other students from my class were there, and working on the same assignment I was on. Judging by the size of exasperation, the irritated whispers and requests for help, they weren't having much success. Having studied relentlessly for a month, I was having an easier time of it. As I got up to go get some water from the fountain in the hall, a classmate asked for my help. I told him I could do that, and I could be right back. I returned a few minutes later to find what I can only describe as a bunch of busy bees happily working away. This was strange since they were hopelessly stuck 2 minutes before, but whatever. My classmate tells me he figured it out without me. Now I'm not an idiot, so I know the 5 people in this room probably copied my work off my computer when I went to get water. Scumbag move number 1. But as it turns out, no one in the class needed help the next day or the day after. Unsure in the study room had stolen my work, had forwarded it to most of the class. Scumbag move number 2. I don't mind being helpful, but I hate being used, so I made a plan to get back at the people who had stolen my work. It didn't take long to organize my plan and carry it out. Here's how it went. 1. I changed an answer on the next assignment by multiplying by -1. $1,500 became $9,500 on this question too. The next week I left my computer in the same place as before and went to get water just like I had done the week before. 75% of the people in my class of 40 people put -$1,500 as the answer to question 3, which was definitely incorrect. 3. I began studying relentlessly for the midterm. Our professor had said he wouldn't adjust the weight of the test, something like your score 50 on a test with 60 points available, so your score of 40 becomes 80% instead of 67%. If anyone scored particularly well, this class was difficult, and no one was expecting anyone to score over 75%. So all my classmates figured the weight of the test would be adjusted. My plan was to direct a curve, even though it's not a curve, and deny everyone the adjusted weight by producing a sufficiently high score of 4. I recruited a classmate who hadn't stolen my work to study with. Together we aimed to score high enough that our professor couldn't adjust the weight of the midterm. Here is how it all played out. No one who copied me realized the answer was incorrect. Every last one of those idiots submitted the wrong answer to question 3. This next part surprised me, but my classmates began insisting the class was unfair, too difficult, or rigged, and launched these complaints at our professor. One day after class I had the following exchange. Since I was the last student out of the classroom,